The construction apocalypse continues as Waterford Homes collapses. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your stein of coffee because, well, once again, another builder has gone under, everyone. And this is an article written by Sarah Sharples from news.com.au. Now, here's the thing I want to remind everyone of, because often there'll be new people coming to watch videos. We need to remind ourselves of the government intervention into the economy where they used housing to, well, stimulate everything. Government coming to the rescue. First thing they did was, well, they kept zombie companies alive, and they did that by changing the rules. They just changed the rules. I mean, it meant that you could trade while you were insolvent. Now, for me, I've been burnt with people not paying me money. And when I heard about this is one thing I really was worried about. You can see the chart there and the companies entering liquidation going down. It's going to slowly creep back up, and it'll take a couple of years, guys, for this to filter through. You had JobKeeper, where 9% of Victorians were supported by JobKeeper, guys. And we were looking at another video about Centrelink, and people are saying in the comments, when are they going to get the JobKeeper back? You've got to understand that all went to the workers, everyone. I don't think anyone wants to pay back their JobKeeper. I'm the only one stupid enough not to bother getting it. But anyway, we've also got juicing the market. The cash rate, even though it's going up, even though it's stressing out people, it's still insanely low. The emergency rate, 3%, yes, 3% was considered emergency levels because it still gave them room to go down. I don't know why anyone didn't lock in their rates a couple of years ago for a longer period when you could get a sub 2% rate. I don't know why people didn't do it. They must have trusted the RBA. You shouldn't trust the RBA. You've got first homeowner grants. Now you've got shared equity. You've got 5%, 2% government loan guarantees. You've got, well, negative gearing. That's a cultural phenomenon in Australia, and super withdrawals. All of this just comes together. And, well, Home Builder, it really juiced up the market. See the blue line on the chart there, the little light blue one, bottom right chart? That's showing you the surge up in building approvals just because of Home Builder. So that's why. And then, builders flooded with work, can't do it because they can't get workers. You've got lockdowns left, right, and center. You've got restrictions of people on site. Now you've got issues with getting supplies and materials. So, yeah. So Geelong-based building company Waterford Homes collapses. The construction industry woes continue with a Victorian builder revealing it has gone into liquidation with at least $600,000 in debt. Now, a Victorian builder based in the regional city of Geelong has gone into liquidation. Geelong with the cats, with a number of homeowners, tradies and subcontractors impacted. The builder, Waterford Homes, had a number of homes under construction, according to the liquidator appointed, Ben Tiwirik of BTW Advisory. It comes as Australia's building industry is in crisis, with about a dozen companies going into liquidation so far this year, amid rising costs for construction materials, the ongoing supply chain crisis, and fixed contracts putting many out of business. Now, this is the issue here, is the fixed contracts, guys. That's the problem, where you can't do cost plus. There's no provision in most residential, well, in any residential contracts. You can do cost plus in New South Wales. I know you can't do it in Queensland, but there's no real provision for, well, inflation because we really haven't had it. Welcome to the 70s, guys. Reserve Bank governor was calling for bloody wage rises, and now he's bitching that the wage rises are too high. So Mr. Tiwirik said he was still uncovering how many homeowners would be impacted after being appointed on Tuesday, but said so far he had found 60 creditors who could have outstanding debts owed by the builder. There are around 60 creditors in total, including the ATO. The ATO, they always got to get their slice, guys. They're the second only to a debt collection company for sending people bankrupt, for taking businesses down. Welcome to Australia, comrade. You got to pay your taxes before you have food on your table or a roof over your head. You've got to pay the state, guys. So they can pay for some, art house, bloody interpretive dance routine in front of Parliament for some bullshit. I don't know. Anyway, it could be higher than that, but there's obviously big and small creditors. Some of those were obviously homeowners who will be making claims under the builder's warranty insurance, he said. At the moment, in excess of 600,000 in claims have been found from trades and ATO debt. But that's likely to increase as further claims are made. So how long have they been in trouble? How long have they been in trouble? He said it was no secret that both large and small builders were facing challenges at the moment, and he suspected Waterford Homes faced similar conditions. Both commercial and residential developers have plenty of work on, but fixed-price contracts, increased input costs, and supply chain pressures, and even material shortages, and throw in the fact it's hard to get a trade. This is all leading to delays, which then have a flow-on effect on cash flow. This makes it very difficult for any business, but particularly one that is in the building industry with profit margins being squeezed. It's a pretty stressful time for homeowners and subbies who are owed money. The subbies are the ones I really feel sorry for because they've paid for this stuff they've stuck on the building. They can't go and rip it out. You know? Mr. Tverik said he would be investigating why the company failed and its assets, as well as whether any transactions could be clawed back as part of the liquidation. This is the thing. If they've done dodgy trades, like paid someone that they shouldn't, they'll claw them back. They'll take them back. They may even sue them for them. The construction industry has been plagued by a spate of collapses this year. Well, yes. That's why I'm calling it the construction apocalypse, guys. Two major Australian construction companies, including Gold Coast-based Condev and industry giant ProBuild, have already gone into liquidation this year. Smaller operators like Hontondo Homes and Home Innovation Builders and New Sensation Homes, as well as Sydney firm Next, have also collapsed. I don't remember reading about Next. We'll have to look them up. Leaving homeowners out of pocket and with unfinished houses. But they should be okay, hopefully, if they've got insurance in place. At the end of last month, two firms from Queensland collapsed. Pivotal and Solido. Well, I know, was it Solido or Pivotal? Which one was it? I think it was Solido, where they saw the writing on the walls and they just shut down the business. It wasn't really a collapse. It was, closing it. It was being sensible. Even Condev were being sensible. They saw the writing on the walls. Which is what you want. You don't want a mess where, business is going under and there's a whole lot of money outstanding and owed by people. I know there are a lot of people in the construction game watch the channel, so I'm sure you could share stories of bastards who didn't pay you. An industry insider told news.com.au earlier this year that half of Australia's building companies are on the brink of collapse as they trade insolvent, and it could see thousands of people's homes impacted in the coming months. One includes a Victorian construction company that might be about to collapse after it racked up millions in debts and building works have stalled for months. Snowden Developments has 15 creditors chasing it for debts totaling $2.5 million, who are demanding the Supreme Court of Victoria impose a winding up order to force the company to go into liquidation on the grounds of insolvency. Now, everyone can. That's a standard. That doesn't really mean anything. Saying that, you can do that to people. It's a good way to. I got these people that owe me $15,000. They didn't pay. I won a QCAT against them. I couldn't find them. The bailiff couldn't find them. And then I hired a lawyer to take them, and I wouldn't have really got anything. But I wanted ASIC to wind them up, but they wouldn't do it. So that's ASIC. It's all a lot of shit, guys. So there were between 10 and 12,000 residential building companies in Australia undertaking new homes or large renovation projects, a figure estimated by APB. A building insider who works for one of the largest construction companies in New South Wales had previously warned the situation in the industry is only going to get worse after a string of collapses in the sector as the price of building homes blows out between $40,000 and $100,000. Scott Mason, General Manager of Commercial and Property Services at Equifax, said there is a hidden crisis as a result of the construction industry woes. Rising costs, disrupted supply chains, and periodic lockdowns have created a profitless boom. Yes, that's That's the real issue here. You can be flat out gangbusters going nuts and just chasing your feet. We were a bit like that in the mining boom. It was just so busy. We were no, we did make a profit. We made a good profit, but I kept using it to grow the business, to keep up with all the work that was coming. But it'd be even worse if what's the point in working? Just go play computer games, go fishing, go camping, go for a bushwalk. Stuff it. No point. So many construction companies committed to projects that are no longer financially viable thanks to the price increases in materials. While big-name collapses like ProBuild and Condev has recently been in the news, what doesn't often make the headlines are the impacts of these events on smaller businesses that make up the bulk of the construction companies. According to Equifax data, directors in building construction and construction services are 30% more likely to have mortgage arrears than the average consumer, while proprietors in building construction are 80% more likely, oh, bloody hell, and those in construction services are 100% more likely to have mortgage in arrears. Is that including architects? Probably does too. He said the shocking statistics show the far-reaching impacts of insolvency. Well, yeah, you've done all the work, and you may not get paid. The flow-on effects to the whole ecosystem of suppliers and the people behind these businesses often goes unseen. A healthy construction industry is vital to a strong economy and ongoing growth, and the sector accounting for the employment of almost 9% of the Australian workforce and 7.5% of Australia's GDP, according to Creditor Watch. Well, let's have a talk about this one. I mean, it's a real tough situation when you've done a whole lot of work, you've sent that invoice, and you're waiting for it to get paid. And you're waiting, and you start making phone calls, and they give you the runaround, and you think, oh, shit. Oh, shit. And it can be insanely stressful. It can be a huge issue, and it can be a big mess. For some of these smaller businesses, the amount that they could be owed could be enough to sink them. Because you got to think about it. When you're a tradie or a small business owner in construction, you're pretty much putting your house on the line. You're spending often tens, if not hundreds of thousands of your dollars buying materials to put in there that you need to get paid for. So it can all be quite a mess, guys. And, well, this is not going to be the last time. And the best advice I can give to people in the game is, well, you should prepare for it, diversify your income streams, and try and get paid up front. Anyway, take care, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you all in the next episode of Heiser Says. If you want to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Aussie Broadband. You can even find some on our website. Or use buy our pocket squares, guys. We still have a few left. We're running out of that production. Take care, guys. Oh, and if you need an architect, give us a call too. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode. It seems to be every week another builder's gone bust, isn't it?